there's been a lot of things going on in our music culture that has been really devastating. Like most recently, we lost Takeoff.
Right, it sucks.
You know, we lost King Von. We lost P&B.
Right.
I mean, it's just unbelievable. These guys are so Pop Smoke. I'm just Triple X. Like this is off the top of my head, and they're Young Dolph. They're in the neighborhood.
Right.
They're around their people that you should be good with.
Right.
There's no reason for a guy like Takeoff to get murdered. He's at a birthday party, kicking it with hopefully people that was cool with him, and whatever. Like what? Why can't you guys get a chance to have fun like everybody else? Why it has to be so combative? I don't get it.
It's difficult, man, because you really gotta like eliminate all of that stuff.
Right.
And a lot of people don't want to. Like even Nip, you know what I'm saying? He's a really good friend of mine. But you know, he was in the trenches and he was around a lot of different people that, you know, had that opportunity to, if they had that on their mind, then they were right there to do it. And it sucks because the only other option is like to not be there, and he wasn't going to do that because he wanted to help so many people.
He was doing so.
He was dedicated to spreading the game, like, you know what I mean, really putting people on and showing them a different way of thinking. And you know, unfortunately, everybody's not on that same vibe, and it gets taken to the extreme. So you know, for me, and this is just me personally, like you know, I save my game for my son, bro. Like all of that shit is for him. So as long as I'm at home with him and I'm good with him, then if everybody else don't learn from me, if they don't pick up on it, if they don't understand it, then, you know, I really can't do too much more than say it and live it and show you. Actually being there and walking and holding your hand. Only hand I'm holding is my 9-year-old. Yeah. And that's what's been keeping me safe.
I like your attitude though, man, because it's like, he's your legacy, right? My kids are my legacy, and it means the world to me that they get the game, and I try to show my kids that it's possible, right? Like Daddy grind hard, you know what I mean? Daddy made something out of nothing. Like there was no Bill Bellamy, nothing before I decided to do this. It started in my mind.
Exactly.
Right? How you feel. And the thing that I get disheartened by when I see all this violence is that these guys are influencers. And 9 times out of 10, they are uplifting people. Right. You know, like their music is doing something for people. Where does the envy part come in? Like I'm listening to some of these artists' songs and they really saying something, man, and they really speaking a truth. It's like I never forget how Lil Snoop, I don't know if you ever met Lil Snoop. This is one of Meek's artists back in the day. I met his mom.
He's from like Baltimore, right?
Yes. And his mom, I met his mom, and he was literally bananas, bro. Like he was so talented and young and hungry and just like spitting. His rhyme style was way different. And his mom said that the envious people was the ones, his friends, that seen him lifting off. Right. And so he literally, unfortunately, it was a PlayStation game that went left. Like, PlayStation ain't real. It's like 2K, I lost, whatever, boom, dice game, okay, I lost some money. Okay, cool, I'll recoup. All right, you got me today. I mean, if I'm in Vegas and I lose 15 grand, I'm not gonna shoot up Harris. Right. I just got my ass whooped. Right. And I got it figured out. God damn, I'm going back to the ATM, or I go home, take my L. Right. But black men, we get around each other, we drunk, and we talking shit. That's what happened. We start talking shit, and then it be rubbing back and forth. It's like 2 pit bulls, and then they da-da-da-da-da-da. We got to cut that out.
I mean, you know, that I don't think that's gonna change because niggas is always gonna be nigging. That's what niggas do. That's what niggas do.
But that's true. They gonna be nigging.
The thing that gotta change is, if you one of us, we're influential people. We know that we're valued. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Whether it's, you know, not just our money, our life, to our family members and the people around us, and our influence to the people who love us. So if we're gonna gamble at Harris. Don't be in a dice game in the hood. You know what I'm saying? You gotta eliminate that shit.
You gotta stop
doing that shit. And that's not to say that in particular. Right.
But you're just saying in general.
Because, you know, those places are regulated. And if it gets crazy, then, you know
now what?
Yeah, right? It's like at the end of the day, like, we have to be responsible enough to just say, all right, I'm not going to those places. Or if it gets to be a certain time, I'm leaving. Or if I see certain types of niggas coming in here, I'm just going to bounce. Like, you know what I mean? I'm going to let them have it. Like, I'm not going to be the type of nigga who, if I'm in a strip club, it's 2:30, I'm throwing money, I look like a lick. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, I already threw the money. I got jewelry, so I should have been able to get a girl by now. So it's time to bounce. Like, we got to get the fuck on. You know what I mean? Because bad stuff happens the longer you hang out.
Sit in here, it's going to get
you gotta
into
know
a situation.
That. And there's OGs who tell niggas that. There's like dads who tell people that. There's uncles who tell people that. But niggas don't be wanting to listen.
Right.
Because they be like, oh, nah, you know, it's popping, or, you know, it's good, it's lit, blah, blah, but you know what happens when it gets too late. So you gotta get the fuck on.
This is like, I know this is gonna be a hard one for you to fathom, but I've been thinking about this, and this because of all this violence that I've seen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it remotely possible that we could just do a black king mandate? No more killing each other.
That would be tight.
That would be like, we just put it in the street, and I'm gonna put this in the atmosphere. Kings are no longer killing kings. We will figure out how to settle our differences. We are not killing kids and women. Like, because when I was coming up, growing up in the hood, there was, if cats was squapping, mostly hands.
Yeah,
cool.
Fight for sure.
Part two was there's no women, no children. That wasn't even an option. That wasn't even an option. The kids and women are out of this. Me and you got a beef. It's this, that, and the other. Now it just seems like it's so fucking wild, and everybody's just doing anything. We need to get back to some type of code. I would love that there was a black king mandate, that we would no longer choose violence over resolution.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Ain't that, how easy could that be? That'd be tight.
Hell yeah, it'd be tight. I was talking to somebody the other day, and I was like, man, the way that we was raised is like, as soon as you get around the homies, they're like, bitch ass nigga, blah, blah. And that's what be leading to a lot of that shit, because you're just like, man, you start to feel like that's how you really feel about me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Instead of saying, yo, you look good, you look nice. Like, you look young as hell. You know what I'm saying? You look great for your age.
Right. But I'm 100, though.
But a nigga won't walk up to you and say that, because they'll feel like less of a man or something like that.
Right.
That's what we as men need to embrace as well. Giving each other compliments and uplifting each other, especially your inner circle. That's not being a yes man or anything like that, but that's uplifting the people around you.
And it's good energy.
I don't want to be around 100 niggas calling me a bitch ass nigga or telling me what's wrong with me. I want to be around people who's uplifting me and making me feel good, and I could do the same thing to them. So it's like, are you my real brother, or do you hate on me? Like, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I'm going to separate myself from that shit.
Right.
And we need to be more encouraging to each other. That's how I feel.